This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian. Mission to City.
The show's starting, John. Everyone pay your 25 cents. We're about to watch John eat a chicken over here.
I'm not going to charge you $1. I'm not going to charge you 50 cents. I'm going to charge you just 25 cents.
$0.25 to watch this man eat a chicken.
Yeah.
I'd pay for that. That's his fucking steal right there. $1.25 to watch a man eat a chicken.
Man eat a chicken? That, yeah, I don't know.
Steal of the century.
More people in the audience would be going, yeah, this isn't my thing.
Apparently, people back then didn't give a fuck about morals and just like eating live animals, I guess.
Right? Maybe it's just so bizarre they were stunned. I don't know. That just seems strange that there wouldn't at least be more people and they're going, you call this a date, honey?
You see someone you work with at the carnival and you're like, I can't talk to you anymore. We both saw that.
Time, this is what you do? Really?
We met when he was putting together the carousel.
I don't know. I'm going to take her to eat a chicken. To watch a guy eat a chicken. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're not going to? No, you got to eat a live chicken. No.
This is what you guys do as a couple. What's the matter with you?
It's just not going to work. Come on. It's not a good idea. It's not a good way to make a good first impression.
Hey, guys, just a suggestion. Maybe don't do that on your date.
Yeah.
And maybe don't keep a human being prisoner. Also a bad thing,
Probably.
Maybe worse than eating the live chicken.
It's a whole industry here. It works.
That's true.
So for everybody that doesn't know what was going on about,
they should what if they charged for our prison system? They get to charge people to go see them.
Even more profitable. Yeah. Just raking in cash, hand over fist.
As long as I'm the one putting in on some of the investment, I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
If you pay extra, you get to go see the guy in isolation. That's win-win for everybody. Like a guy in isolation gets something even. Just awesome.
Yeah. They should have put Leo. Money. They should have put Leo in there.
Dude, did you know Leo was cast as the Bradley Cooper person?
Yeah. This seems like totally a Leo movie. This seems much more like Leo.
I think I would have rather have seen Leo. So what are we watching here?
What are we watching?
I don't remember.
Nightmare Alley.
Stupid.
Guillermo del Toro's newest movie. It is available
remake
on
of a
both
film
HBO and Hulu right now, which is strange.
So can I just say that
too.
when I found out it was a remake of an old movie, I instantly hated it.
He's not even giving it a chance.
By default is going to be terrible.
Is there any? I wonder if there's a good remake. I don't know.
The Departed.
Interesting to think about.
The Departed.
That's a remake.
I know it wasn't as good. I like the original better.
Wait, what year was it from?
No way.
What year was
the
Departed?
I told you I did.
I didn't believe you then. I don't believe you now. You're full of shit,
What year was the original made?
70s? Oh, The Departed was
that's better.
The Departed was the 2000s, I think.
So when I heard it was a movie that was made in the 30s,
Chinese
is when I thought
Chinese, Korean, Chinese. Okay,
Chinese, because they edited the ending to be good.
Oh, right, to be like, it all worked out. The guy got caught. Don't do that. Okay, yeah.
Because
I heard they edited Fight Club too.
Yeah, but they've re-edited it back because they got so much shit on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
interesting. Okay.
I don't know what's going on over there. But so the synopsis of this movie is an ambitious carny with the talent for manipulating people with a few well-chosen words hooks up with a female psychiatrist who is even more dangerous than he is. And John is the biggest Guillermo del Toro fan, I think. He put Pan's Labyrinth on his number one.
Let's dive into that. Why exactly are you a fan?
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth. The commentary track, right?
The best film commentary I think I've ever watched.
And I've watched more than you, and it is one of the best I've ever listened to, too.
I think I just I love that film. And then it enhances the film so much watching that commentary where he describes all of his camera actions and things like that. He does it in this very assuming way.
All right, I'll give you that.
Fun of himself half the time.
I'll give it to you.
And does the camera move in this one? Oh, you better believe the camera's moving in this one.
But so Pan's Labyrinth is awesome.
Camera's moving,
and it made me really like the guy.
That's
and maybe I don't have to love all his films. That's okay.
Uh-oh. Here we go. John, this movie was just nominated for Best Picture.
Let's have John go
nominated
first.
for Best Picture. This movie.
Let's have John go first since he.
No, we are. Sorry, I'm just
okay.
It sounds like you're going negative on it, John.
No, I'm going middle. I mean, I'm not like loving it.
Okay, so he's starting at the middle, but by the end, he's going to be down with the rest of us. Don't you worry.
If I come down with you. If you guys are that bad, yes.
I'm also in the middle, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I was taking along with it. I mean,
you can't trust him though. He went in bad. Sorry,
I wasn't sitting there saying this is the great film, and actually, it's such a contrast to watching A Hero last week. It's a big different.
I know, right?
I mean, right? So unlike that film where you're like watching it at some point, you're like, this is fantastic, if not like all throughout. I wasn't nothing like that for this film. I mean, but I was engaged. I was interested. I was sort of wanting to know what happened, and I was like, I had worry for his wife Molly, like, oh, she's gonna get out, like, because I just figured she was gonna die. So it's like, oh, good, she got away. Oh no, she didn't get away. Stupid! You got one last thing. You don't do the one last thing with the guy that's setting up the scam. No, but
that was pretty stupid.
Survived, I guess. It was stupid, but at least I was worried, so I was following and like, oh, good, she got out. I'm really happy about that. But then she went back to him to do the one last trick thing.
Did you guys have an idea of carnivals before this that was not what you now think about carnivals after?
No, I've had this.
Or did you always think they were shady and seedy?
I think this is, and I don't know if it was the book that really like popularized that image of the carnival.
Well, there was that movie Freaks too, which is pretty infamous. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah.
It actually has like freak show people.
How long ago was that? Was that like
in the 30s, I think?
Oh, okay. So maybe there was a couple. It was a genre then, you know. So it wasn't just the book Nightmare Alley, but because I did read like the first book corner can start in like right now. Just saying, I read like the first 10 pages of it. It was about the same.
Ooh,
as
that's a lot of pages.
Yeah, I know. That was all they gave me in the sample.
In the sample.
Fine,
nice. Yeah. I don't know about. I've never been a freak show guy.
Oh, I've never been a freak show guy. Huh, TC? You kind of you come off as a freak show kind of guy. I gotta say.
Well, no, yeah. But no. Like there used to be this.
You're the kind of guy that clears your search engine history when someone comes over. Yeah. You know?
Oh,
that's all I'm trying to say.
I have that autonomous. You don't have to worry about that. That's going off no matter what. There used to be like at Venice Beach, there used to be like a fun house freak show thing. And it was always struck me as being very strange, you know, because you'd see like, you know, the legless woman that's doing like weird shit with a hula hoop.
These days they had that?
Like, yeah, no, probably when I first moved here. So 7 years ago, they did have it at Venice.
That's surprising.
And it shut down eventually. Because no one was going to it, right? Like you see them sitting outside and you think they're just like a bunch of homeless people, but no, they actually work at the freak show.
Wow.
And I just, you know, it was the thing I remembered when I started watching this movie was like, oh yeah, that freak show used to be at Venice. And like, I guess it's just always a thing that like, I can see why this movie might be relatable, but the freak show thing was kind of weird as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And why they happen to carnivals. I mean, the carnival idea is even more strange. Now,
vagrants, like you can get away with doing weird shit in a town for 3 days.
And I mean, maybe there wasn't so many other things to do. Like maybe, so it was a big deal. Maybe. You know, maybe people were kind of pretty bored. So, or at least
it was TV for them.
Right. There wasn't a lot of other things. So back then, it was you could probably have all kinds of hustles or stuff that, as long as you like went from city to city, you brought the show to them.
Instead of getting propaganda from Blue Bloods, you're just getting like some weird thing fucking with a hula.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah.
So, all right, I'll let you guys go now.
Yeah, it's right.
Ran out of books to read. I might as well go to the carnival and watch this guy tap dance and do contortionist shit.
They got a freak, Mommy. You want to go see a freak?
Yes, Mommy. Let's go to the freak show. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Mommy, I don't want to see Timmy again.
Yeah.
Eat the chicken, Timmy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a fucking good chicken, guys. You know it is. Fuck you.
Timmy's got it made. He's got free meals, free booze.
Hey, you fucking tell me what to do. I'll fucking eat a chicken all goddamn day, you fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah. Timmy, if you're good, we'll throw it on a case of Coors Light there for you, Timmy.
Yeah, right.
Rocky's a fucking blue guy. Yeah.
I don't know. They might worry Timmy's just having too good of a time. The audience kind of wants to see the geek as a real messed up person, not like relaxed and happy. It makes them really worried if he seems to be enjoying his life more than they are.
Somehow.
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, whoa.
He likes it, guys. He likes it.
He looks happy in there.
Is he actually enjoying this?
He's like relaxed.
What's wrong with
him?
him?
Looks more mellow than I am. I've ever been.
Yeah. Like when they ate the chicken raw, he liked it.
That's right.
What the fuck? You know?
Anyway,
right. Well,
so did you know where the story was going? At what point did you know how it was going to loop back
I know
around?
when I stopped caring.
Okay, let's hear that.
When they fast forwarded out of the carnival and went to like their little private rich person thing with like the whole. I usually love Cate Blanchett.
I agree.
And as soon as her character comes in, I didn't like her in this either, and she looked weird. And my biggest complaint of the movie is that everything looks freaking weird in this movie. Like all the lighting is really bad.
Weird. The people look weird.
He looks fake. Everything looks fake.
And Bradley Cooper's great.
It seems
normally.
like they processed it a bunch.
Yeah, and also Kate
A
Blanchett
lot
looks
of
like she
process.
just had some facial surgery, and the lighting
She
was
might
not
have.
helping
She
her
might
hide
have.
that. I don't think
No,
She went to the
maybe
wrong
not.
doctor in Beverly
her
Hills.
cheeks were like poink.
I know they were.
It looked very strange.
They were sort of bookends.
I was distracted every scene she was in when she was looking like that. Half the sets with the digital set extensions, with the digital effects, with the terrible outside lighting. Whenever there was a daytime scene and they were inside, the windows were just bright, blinding light. Like there was no subtlety in any of that.
Because it's all done indoors.
Right.
Yeah.
And I couldn't not pay attention to all of that stuff. And it was always happening. Like it was
And the
weird too. Some of the
characters,
shots looked really, really good. And you could tell they built like a carnival set and the lighting looked cool. But then they would cut to something else and it wouldn't even match the same colors and everything looked terrible. So it was kind of like every third shot looked good and then 3 shots in a row looked bad for the entire movie. And that was like the biggest problem I had with it because I focus on that shit now. Which is annoying.
Especially since I don't feel like the characters were that engaging.
Right. I didn't care about the characters.
Who gives a shit about these guys? They're the worst. They're the worst people. Lowest
but
of the low.
They weren't even interestingly the worst. They were kind of somehow bland.
And for some reason, I also enjoyed watching this movie. Like there was something about it. It's really hard to pinpoint because I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't care about the story or the characters. I didn't think any of the dialogue was that clever, even though it's like the whole premise of the story is like clever dialogue and people tricking other people. But like none of it seems that believable throughout the movie. But I said that part was kind of boring, but I was still like engaged throughout the movie. And I don't know why.
I don't either. I don't.
Star power.
Maybe shit tons of star power. In this movie. But I was also kind of being like, why do they hire all these people? No one's doing anything with these roles.
I just hoped that it went somewhere that like actually accented those people's, acting ability.
Toni
but
Collette did nothing. She's awesome most of the time. Same with like, I guess Richard Jenkins, the guy with the beard at the end. He was good in that last scene where
he was good. He was the guy, the rich guy, right?
Yeah, where they tried to trick.
He was more interesting
with the ghost person.
Yeah,
and those
was
two gore
interesting.
shots when they cut to his face when his nose was gone. That was awesome.
That
was when he got hit
good.
with that fucking rock, and then he showed the nose. You were just like, I'm surprised.
And you see the little blood squirting. Oh, you got the little friend there.
It was
John.
a lot of visuals that was trying to do something that I couldn't figure out.
Yeah.
Also, that guy from Mindhunter, when he got hit by the car, that also looked really good. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, little buddy.
Say hi.
What are you doing?
Hey.
Baby.
Oh, no, you're being invaded.
Baby.
Oh, yeah, you learned a magic trick?
Puppy. Baby.
Okay, puppies.
Hey, puppies.
Hey, Alex. What's your favorite movie?
Puppies.
Puppies. He likes
Hi,
puppies.
puppies.
Who's got puppies?
Puppy Ducky.
What?
Ducky?
Pop.
You gonna talk to them about movies?
Yeah.
Any movies you like?
Yeah.
What movies do you like?
I like
Paw Patrol. It sounds like my nephew. My nephew's in that phase too. What do you like?
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, buddy.
That's funny.
Say goodbye.
It's always funny.
It
Poop
is.
is
Say
always
goodbye.
Never grow out
Get
of it.
out of here.
Never
Get
grow
out
out
of
Never
here.
grow out of that. Yeah.
Well, it's a madhouse.
It is.
It is it's a
Welcome-
carnival of sorts.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay, here. Well, speaking of carnival, okay, here you go. All right.
Oh, hello.
Hold on.
Hello. How's it going?
Hi. I have a box of crayons. I will make the crayons disappear.
Oh, you can do magic?
Oh, she's doing magic tricks.
They disappeared.
Very nice.
All right. Say bye to my friends.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Okay,
I'm doing magic.
Yeah.
I want to be a musician.
Okay, close my door, please.
Say she loves doing magic. She wants to be a musician.
Yeah,
She wants to be a magician now. That's
Oh,
the
magician.
phase. Yeah.
That's a good phase.
She's wanted to be a rock star for a while, and then we've been working on it. But
She's
now she
downgraded
wants
severely to magician. That's good.
Yeah, she realized how difficult it is already.
Yeah.
She's smart.
Yeah, right. It is.
Yeah.
But she still does. She writes songs. She has at least one song a week that she writes so far. She still has
that's
songwriting
cool.
time. She does all right.
If she can stick to that, she'll be a pro.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, she's doing it. That's all. She doesn't have to perform it. She like goes and she writes it, and then she like records it on her iPad, and then that's all she has to do. So
Smash cut to her on Rose Ave in Venice, like 20 years from now, right?
Maybe.
The TV, right? Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, sorry about all that. It might, that's the downside to being up here is that we can get invaded.
Gotta get a padlock on that door, John.
I know.
Right.
I had a heavy box of books stacked up against it. That didn't work.
That didn't do much.
Nope.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry guys.
Yeah.
What are we
Nah,
talking
you're
about?
good. I don't know. Some stupid
This
movie.
film
Freaking
that
movie?
was somehow we got carried along by it, even though there's so much wrong with it, sort of, or at least I did. I don't know. I don't know if I have much more to say. Denny, you said basically all of it. I don't know if there's anything else.
I got some there were a couple of moments where I thought that this movie was trying to be like Indiana Jones. And there are a couple,
really?
Yeah, like they dressed him up like Indiana Jones a lot. And
Well,
they had
it was the costume. It was the costume.
the costume,
design,
but
wasn't
also
it?
like if you
Yeah.
No
this
action.
isn't a compliment, but it looked sometimes like the fourth Indiana Jones movie. If you've seen the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, like the hard lighting and then the weird, unnatural looking sets and stuff like that. This movie looked a lot like the fourth Indiana Jones movie. And
I did not pay. I paid so little attention to that movie when I saw that one. So
you're gonna forget this one too, I assume.
yeah, probably.
Yeah,
well,
right.
No, I mean this
Yeah.
one. So there was something about this film which was this kind of darkness, sort of like this. I don't know, mild.
It wasn't dark
sinisterness
enough. Though.
about
Maybe
it,
it's
but-
just because we watched T-Tane too. But I was like, this isn't dark enough. Come
Oh,
on,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking
I
about
know,
like
I know.
abducting people and killing them.
but I just mean like though that I don't know. You're right, but yeah, T-Tane was even more bizarre. You're right. Yeah, we're getting spoiled by watching all these extreme films.
yeah.
But I thought, yeah, I don't know why. I thought that I'll kind of remember that being carried along and how there was just kind of ick about it. But the problem is the characters were still so shallow. Even Bradley, he didn't show much. I mean, he's
showed
not
nothing.
like this dark evil person at all. I didn't get that from him at all. Like it was just sort of strange. Everything was kind of flat. Yeah, but anyway.
It was kind of like he was wandering around in his own life and he had no choice for any of his decisions. But he totally decided to walk into the carnival and work with the people, I don't know,
Oh, right. Yeah,
Twice.
Yeah.
twice. So
Like you
in
didn't
that
learn
sort of
enough
way,
the first time that you shouldn't work with this fucking crew?
Right.
Come on. That's all I thought at the end was like, you didn't learn a fucking thing, dude. Yeah, good old Bradley Cooper.
good old Koopy. Yeah, like who else? Rooney Mara didn't do anything. Ron Perlman looked like Ron Perlman, and that was it.
And honestly,
Willem Dafoe was like okay, I guess, but he was also
He
one
was
note.
okay. He was
He
one note,
wasn't
but
much,
at least he
though.
had more. He seemed to have more personality.
well, he
I mean,
always does.
Yeah,
So-
right. Exactly. Yeah,
His
yeah,
face and his
yeah.
voice, man, he looks pretty damn unique.
yeah. He does. He does. He
And
actually
anytime he
looked-
says, don't fuck with me, I get scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You don't
but
fuck
even
with
for
me. I'm
Willem
like, all
Dafoe-
right, buddy. Shit. I'm watching
for
the movie like
for
fucking
Willem,
nope.
he was flat. He was still muted. Like he wasn't his usual.
They
Willem
must have been
self. He was
directed to
like-
be that way, though, because they were all like that. And I don't know what the purpose was. And
don't
maybe it
know.
just didn't translate. or
let's
what.
try it again. Let's try it again. Could you be more
If
boring?
they were trying to rely on the design of the sets and stuff to
Maybe.
like carry it through, I don't know.
Maybe there was a language barrier thing, which is why we like Pan's Labyrinth so much. Maybe that was flat too, but we couldn't tell because we don't speak the language. We were just reading the
or
subtitles.
because he gets. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. But this arc and the story and the characters in that film were just so much more interesting anyway. I
Yeah.
mean, I thought a little girl
no, the
was
acting was
amazing.
way better than that. What am I talking? I'm just
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know what you're thinking.
You're
Yeah,
just trying to
'cause,
do
yeah.
whatever you can for this movie
I
to
know.
limp it along before I shit all over it.
and it's all right. I mean, I don't.
But we do know like that he takes a lot of time. He spends, I think, what it sounded like most of his time constructing the shot so that the camera and the actors where they are on set is the most important
Yep.
thing.
Right.
And I actually got some Citizen Kane vibes from this movie too, with some of the sets and some of the shot choices and how like what they chose to focus on was like a boring part of the movie. It's like, why are they focusing on certain things, especially during the middle? Like this doesn't really, it's not driving the plot. It's kind of, I don't know. He's like flexing his ability to do whatever he wants.
He's
sort of.
flexing
Maybe,
his scenery, but he's not like making the actors do the work.
It seems to be like a remake thing too. I don't. Maybe somehow too. It's like I don't know.
Oh,
They're going
I
through
guess
the
I didn't think about
motions.
that. Where
They're
you're like
not
pigeonholed
really-
into a certain thing because it's a remake. It's not. You're not starting from scratch.
I don't know. Maybe you don't have to work that hard either. It's just like,
Or you don't have the
we're just
confidence to
doing
take over the
this.
story in your own way.
Right. I don't
'Cause
know.
It's like an older movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, if you're going to remake it, you have to probably love the old movie and then also have some new ideas.
Right,
Because
to do it.
I assume he gets to do whatever he wants after winning Best Picture for The Shape of Water, right? And he decides to go wait 3 years and then do
I
a
forgot.
remake.
I didn't even know that Shape of Water won Best Picture.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Weirdest
a-
Best
I don't think I
Picture
saw
winner.
that.
Yeah. Well, weirdest. I mean, it can't be weirder than Titan, but weirdest
no.
Best Picture winner, I guess.
The weirdest
But,
Best Picture winner.
Hmm.
Yeah. You haven't seen that one, John?
No.
I thought you're supposed to be a Del Toro fan.
I am, but that doesn't mean I
not.
like all his movies.
You haven't seen any of his movies.
all his movies. I've seen the Hellboys.
I guess those count.
They are. Those are those films.
Yeah.
He likes them.
He does?
Yeah.
You ever seen The Devil's Backbone?
Yes.
Okay.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, right? No?
No, that was
No. That was before The Devil Knows You're Dead.
Chronos, Mimic. I remember Mimic. That was a weird
And
one.
Mimic was his big
Mimic.
Hollywood pain.
Yeah. Blade 2 he did. Pacific Rim, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Crimson Peak was mediocre.
See, I've seen all of those. Crimson Peak was weird. It was a weird horror film.
I'm surprised you haven't seen The Shape of Water. That was a fun experience in the theater.
Another good first date movie.
Naomi, we went with Naomi's sister, who was 20 years old at the time. So just not as much of like a social boundaries when it comes to saying stuff out loud in the theaters. And there's one scene. I'm going to spoil it for you, John, because you're not going to watch it.
Well, I know. Well, I will watch it sooner or later.
She's having sex with this fish
She
man.
has sex with a fish guy, right?
And when that scene started happening, her sister went, "Oh my god!" Just like out loud, not on purpose, but just like she couldn't help herself.
She couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
right.
and half the theater burst out laughing, and the other half was pissed because they were like into the movie. But then that broke the barrier, so then the rest of the movie, people were laughing at how ridiculous the movie was. And
thank God! That's a good story.
Half. Yeah,
that's a good story. Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
Oh my God. I can just picture it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Movie sucked. I don't know what to tell you guys.
I really don't think I have very much else to talk. I mean, this movie got nominated for 4 Oscars this year. Best Picture.
It's got the fucking star-studded power in it.
But it didn't get any acting. It got production design, cinematography, which is complete bullshit. Like those two things are the worst part of the movie. The production design, the lighting, which I assume is part of the production design. And also the lighting is a part of the cinematography too, right?
Two different things.
Yeah. What's the difference? Do you know?
Well, the lighting is a
different department.
No. I thought so. Production design is what exactly? Sets and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the building, the carpentry, the overall, floor plans and all that other shit.
All right, okay.
But it also has to do with colors, and they do have to work with the lighting people, right?
Well, they might think and certainly, as you say,
everybody works together.
The carnival set was pretty cool, but it wasn't anything I wasn't expecting either. Like that's like, it's a carnival set. That's what you do. You have that.
It had
stuff.
bold colors, but like, why wouldn't it?
Some of the shots were just one color. Like there was one shot, I noticed it was just all orange. Like every single thing on the screen was orange. You're like, why would you do that?
Lots of brown. There was a lot of brown tinted stuff in it that I noticed, and I don't know why. It didn't seem intentional. But.
I mean, was this year? I don't think this year was like slow for movies, right? We pretty much had the same number of movies this year.
I don't know. It's a good
regardless
question.
of the pandemic.
I mean, maybe it just was,
A Hero looked 10 times better than this movie. What the fuck?
I know, but
come on.
But maybe it was just big director, lots of stars, lots of press around.
Got to feed the monkey, man. You got to keep that wheel spinning.
I feel like with the way this place runs, it's all part of the circle jerk that is Hollywood.
Do you know anyone out there, TC, that likes this? Like, I know there's sometimes like an LA like vibe around a movie, right? Like,
I mean, you think I ever align with the Hollywood crowd, even though I'm a part of it?
I don't know if this is different now because of the pandemic, but you sometimes have insight on like what people are saying in LA.
Yeah, even if I haven't heard anything about this one at all, really, from anybody I know. So I don't know. I know I heard a lot more about the Cumberbatch one than I have this. So.
Power of the Dog. Yeah, 12 Oscar nominations for that one, huh?
Yeah.
Even Jesse Plemons getting a Best Supporting Actor nomination, even though all he did was stand there, be fat, and look like nothing was going on.
Yep. Well, that one emotional
doesn't make
scene,
any sense. None of this stuff makes any
right,
sense in Hollywood. None of it. It's all illogical. If you try to put any logic to anything in Hollywood, you're going to get burned.
So TC, I do want to talk about the Oscars because they just announced the Oscars, but I want to hear why you didn't like this movie. You've been vaguely negative. Movie? So be more specifically negative.
Yeah. So for one, I wasn't impressed with the sets. I don't know if I noticed the lighting situation, but it probably was in my subconscious of why the imagery didn't seem to impress me much. There wasn't anything that was great with sound. Right, it's a lot of like dialogue and them walking around carnival-esque stuff. So it's a lot of the same shit for the entire movie.
And some of the ADR was noticeably bad, like out of sync.
Yep, some of the ADR didn't match perfectly. It seemed like a rush job. a lot of the stuff just seemed like a rush job, even though it probably didn't need to be. But again, you know, I guess I didn't take into account until I'm talking out loud about, you know, during COVID that they had all this stuff done. It could have hindered the quality of what they had. I don't know, in editorial, because that was the hardest part. No?
No, apparently it made everything much easier. Or they said it made it easier.
Really?
Yeah, because
that's weird.
They got half the shots done before the pandemic. They said they went out to lunch one day and the studio shut them down. So they weren't even expecting it that day. But they had enough time. Like Rooney Mara was pregnant at the time of filming. So she gave birth to the kid and was able to like do full body shots after the break. Bradley Cooper shot all of his older scenes before the break and lost 15 pounds.
Yeah, but so I was thinking more post-production was the issue though. So like the rush job for like some of the color and like those would have been really struggling because they wouldn't have had people in-house as they did previous years for, you know, any of that editorial stuff because it was all done virtually. So I'm wondering if maybe some of that had to do with it too, because it just didn't seem like for a movie that had the amazing star power that it did. And now I'm not a huge fan of any of those actors, but I know what they're worth as far as like what Hollywood views them. And they're all very much in the limelight, right? These last few years.
Yeah.
So I just, again, I guess for me too, the actors, since I'm not a huge fan of most of them, that wasn't a big selling point. And so on top of that they weren't doing anything in the movie that was very unique in comparison to each other, that it was like forgettable in my opinion. And some of the sets seemed cool looking. I kind of liked some of the electricity stuff that they did. It looked kind of cool. But again, like that, again,
it looks all
it's
CG.
not impressive because you know it's CG.
Yeah.
Like it's not possible to do that. So you know, like sometimes CG is good because it blurs the line of like, is that possible or is it not? I can't tell. But this was like clear, right? Like just based on the scenario, you know it's all fake.
And it looks shit
and
too, I think.
And then in my head, I start imagining what they're doing on set, right? Like just some asshole holding his arms up, right?
It's just the guy with like a cone be like, all right, electricity's on.
Yep. All right. So the electricity goes up your arm now. And you're like, oh shit. Right. Nothing's happening on set. So, you know, there's like that. That's where my head goes when I watch some of this shit. And then, so you put all that together and you don't have any amazing dialogue. You don't have any reflection where you're like, oh, wow, that's making me think, right? Like I had none of that going on. I was just kind of like aimlessly watching something with like carnival situation that I've always been creeped out as a kid, right? Like, you know, going on those rides, like even my mom would be like, we don't know if these fucking people tightened the bolts enough, you know? And that's all I'm thinking in my head, right? Like, it's like, this is like an unsafe environment from the jump. So I don't know, you put all that stuff together and I wasn't really I wasn't not entertained, you know, where I wasn't bored because there was like stuff to look at and like there's, you know, weird characters involved sometimes. It just didn't do it for me. Yeah. I wouldn't really, I don't think I would have gone and paid money for this and been very happy about it. Glad I had my subscription services already set up for this.
Glad we didn't do the $20 for this one.
Right. Right.
So the one benefit of not going to the theaters is whenever you see a bad movie, you don't feel
you're
terribly
all right
bad.
with
Not
it.
too bad.
Right. Yeah. Because you've averaged the dollar cost over time and you're all right.
Yeah.
And this is free on 2 platforms, which, I mean, does that
you
scream
gotta
trying to get
wonder
rid
why.
of it? Yeah. Like they're
You
trying to
gotta
like
wonder why.
offload this one or something.
Yeah.
I don't
They're
know.
like, oh
Right,
shit, this
I don't
one was terrible. What are we doing? Who fucking
maybe
signed
just-
this deal? Right. Everyone's talking through their teeth because they're annoyed that this, you know, they had to pay this much.
It was
for
a
Bradley
huge bomb
Cooper.
too.
Oh, was it?
$60 million
$60
production budget and 29 million box office.
So it's not doing very well at all.
Maybe
I've been
it'll
looking
get a
online
boost with
too.
the
I saw a
Oscars,
lot
but-
of bad reviews.
Yeah.
So
Really? It has like
which-
just like user reviews?
well, it's just like normal people reviews, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Critics are like, you have to appreciate it. It's freaking
I tend
Guillermo.
to trust those more so than I trust the critiques.
It's got an
because, you know,
80% critic review on Rotten Tomatoes and a
Yeah.
68 on audience. So is that
so-
close? I don't know. That's a pretty big
it's
difference.
close enough for me to not think they're too much different, I guess. But I just think I like the way that users discuss it more than I like the critiquers.
Sure.
Because the film people are so far up their own ass, like I always say, and the users are just people watching it at home, right?
Yeah.
So I'd rather, and there was some funny stuff. My mom was just saying, I tried to get my mother to watch it, and she was like, I'm not fucking wasting my time with that movie. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. I gotta watch it, so I'll see you later. And then I was like, well, I can see what she was mean. She didn't want to watch it. So yeah, I mean, that's basically where I'm at. I don't think it was, I'm not coming off the gate going like this fucking waste of my time, blah, 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 but close.
I would, yeah.
Close.
But it's sort of
I just don't
lower
see,
middle, I guess.
Yeah, I just can't imagine why these people are getting paid as much as they are to do things like this. Because most of this budget probably went to the actors and not to the project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I can say is this movie is 2.5 hours long, and it didn't feel that long. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. It didn't move. I thought that.
Yeah, there was a lot happening, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
But it didn't seem like it was
I'm puzzled
happening.
by that.
I don't know if that makes sense,
Yeah.
but like,
I mean, it spanned a lot of time, right? It was like they jumped ahead years at one point. It was like 10 years of this dude's life. Or no, it was like even longer than that, wasn't it? Because by the end, when he was like becoming the geek, it was like the end of his life, sort of.
I mean, by the time I got to the end, I didn't feel bad for him.
I
I'll
didn't
tell you
either.
that much.
Well, no.
So-
I didn't feel anything for him throughout most of the film anyway. But yeah, this is just weird.
It's also a
Yeah.
weird reaction too, right? Because like he knows that the guy's going to start hooking him on heroin and stuff, but it's before he starts hooking him on heroin. But he's willing to do that anyway.
He's like just cracked, I guess. Like, I was born for this.
Yeah, I was born to be a geek.
I mean, maybe you can work it out. You're like, I don't need the extra addiction. I kind of like to just do this. Can we do it without the hard drugs? I don't know. Maybe he could work out a better deal as a geek. I'll live longer that way,
I mean, do it without the hard drugs. Yeah. I mean, at that point, you'd want the hard drugs just because you're so fucking fed up with your own
Maybe he's
bullshit.
just messed up.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So that's where I'm at. What do you got, Denny?
Not too much. I thought they had too many shots of that pickled baby thing with the rhino horn sticking out of its head.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and
Yep.
if you didn't get enough
Yep.
of it, wait until the end credit scene where you get to go through you get the extreme zoom flyover of that baby. So
They showed it like
it's-
10 times in the movie for
I
whatever
know.
reason. They're like, look at this model. Isn't this great?
That's a pretty good
They
model.
must have loved it on set, right?
Yeah.
It must have looked
Yeah.
cool before they were
And in the editing
getting it
room,
on
they're
the
like, oh, I'm
screen.
so glad we got all this footage of this baby thing. Throw in another shot in right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, right. Now that was the virtual editor. They got rid of that guy about the end, Too late. They had to
Nominated
release it
for a
anyway.
supporting role.
Yeah. It's a weird looking baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that much.
That's for sure. Oh, I forgot there, just like reading through this, there was that murder-suicide scene that was in there, but like, who cares about that? We didn't know
That
the
wasn't
character
even,
at
like,
all.
It was still very just so strange that whole thing. The acting was still weird there, even with that couple and what was her name? Marcia Gay Harden?
No.
Or
It's
what is her name?
What is her name? She was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. That's what I recognize her from. Does that help you at all?
Oh no! What are you doing? Why am I in a Terrence?
Whoa, what is this?
You like that?
Stop it!
I clicked on a button that said immersive, and I was like, "The fuck is immersive?"
We're in a coffee shop.
We're
sort of.
immersing now. We're
He's
together. We're in the
engaged.
same.
He's
We're in the
engaged
same
in the
room.
movie podcast.
Yeah,
I
we're in
see.
the same room. How's it going,
That's
bub?
really,
We're like
really
news-
weird.
Mary
News anchor.
Steenbergen.
Mary Steenbergen. That was who it was. Yeah.
Mary Steenbergen.
Yeah.
Steenbergen?
Stop. There we go.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, much better.
That's weird. It's like I have my camera off or like my view off. So when you do that immersive thing,
You're like,
I see you and me and Denny's in a little window. All of a
Yeah,
sudden
that's
for
how it
some
was for
reason.
me too.
Yeah.
Weird.
All right. So that was
All
anyway.
right.
That was
Now that we got
strange,
that
like-
sorted, thank God.
So yeah,
Anywho,
the murder suicide scene was strange. That's just always weird. It could have been. This could have been so dark and scary, and I don't know if these characters were lifelike. I don't know.
and what the whole twist at
You'd
the end of
think
the
it would
movie
have
was
been-
that Kate Blanchett's character keeps his money, and that's like the big twist where he's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have trusted her," and the tagline of the movie makes you think that she's the smarter person out of the two.
Right.
It's like it makes it seem like it's going to be a battling of the minds, but it's not at all.
Not
right?
at all. Right. Not at all. Not at all. Not a bit. Yeah. And or even like this like big psychoanalysis of him. Like I guess is the idea that she gets him to drink. She's like pushing him in all these directions and always making sure that
But
the glass
why?
is there for him. But just to
maybe rob him?
right. Well, or because she sees him as a rival, as somebody who manipulates others. They're both in the same game. That she manipulates people her way, he does it his way. He sort of like showed her up at that one event, and then maybe that just sort of.
But she could have just stayed out of his fucking life. She was the one who went to the event in the first place.
I know. But again, none of this is explored or really indicated by the characters or anything that's happening. So you just sort of can make up some things. Or I was like thinking maybe this was her whole plan all along, that she wanted to get this guy she had a revenge plot against the rich guy. That this was like her whole scheme somehow. That this was, she had worked all this out to make this happen.
If
But then
only
why
that
did she
was
also
the
steal
case.
the money?
When
That was just a cherry on
when she
top?
shows her like Operation Scars, I thought like it was going to be like, that guy did this to me. I don't know. No, we don't even get to learn what that was all about. We just hear life happened. That was it.
Good
So,
dialogue. Yeah.
What happened to you? Life happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I got nothing else on this
Yeah.
movie.
no trivia, no nothing.
Nope, new movies barely have any trivia.
That's true. That's okay.
Yeah, they don't
I'm
want you
sure
to have trivia.
there will be-
You might actually be intrigued by something on this one.
Yeah. I mean, there was stuff. This is another movie that was like stopped because of the pandemic in 2020. Every one of these stories seems to be the same where, they had to shut down for 4 to 6 months and then they started back
Right.
up again with protocol. Like there's
Right,
nothing
right,
really
right.
all that
Yeah.
interesting.
Blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there weren't any incidents, on set or whatever. At least they didn't publish that
Right.
shit. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. No, they're pretty good about making sure that's known because everybody on set needs to know. So you'd know if something bad happened.
And if you fuck it up, Tom Cruise is going to come yell at you and you don't want that.
No. Or Christian
Not to
Bale.
mention
his
you're
sidekick.
fined. You just get fined too from.
You get
You know,
fired
states
and you
and-
get blacklisted from the industry probably. I assume you guys have heard that audio.
I haven't
Yeah.
heard the audio. I heard it.
I mean,
Yeah. I heard the story a while back. He yelled at them because they were not taking things seriously or something. I don't remember. Or they weren't wearing masks
Yeah.
or something.
yeah, which is ridiculous, really. It's LA.
Right. Yeah.
for us.
I think he came across as actually being the good guy.
Heroic.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love that crazy
Yeah.
asshole.
A crazy Scientologist motherfucker who's going to like
Yeah.
be the
I can't wait to
reasonable one.
see the new Mission
Yeah, I know.
Impossible
Isn't
movie.
that crazy, John? He's like,
Right.
yeah, like you'd never expect him to be like the one with common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the name of the religion, Scientology. He believes in science.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Just focus
And
two
aliens.
things.
And
yeah.
aliens, yeah. Of course.
And yes.
He was one of those kids like that they gave him the sticks and then he would like cross them and find water, Yeah, that's how you get into Scientology. If you're finding water with sticks,
if you can do that.
you're perfect. You're perfect for them.
That's all I have for this movie. You guys want
Okay.
to talk about the Oscars for a bit?
Sure.
You guys see the nominations
guess.
this year?
No.
Yeah, well, you were spouting off about them.
Yeah. They have 10 nominations for Best Picture this year, which means there's, I don't know the exact numbers, but there's a minimum percentage you need to be a Best Picture nominee. Plus, there's a cap of 10. So it's between 5 and 10.
Oh.
So 10 means that the votes were pretty spread out. So I assume
Right.
that also means that there's a larger likelihood that any of the movies could win Best Picture.
Mm.
Right.
But I mean, The Power of the Dog's been talked about for like months at this point.
Yeah.
Plus, it has 12 nominations, which is the most. Dune, second most nominations with 10.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
And then some
Could
of
be
these, I tried to
nominated.
look these up. We've seen 5 of these. We've seen Coda, Dune, Nightmare Alley,
Mhm.
Alley, Power of the Dog, and I saw Don't Look Up.
Was that any good?
I did too. It was not great.
It was okay.
Oh.
It was okay.
It was
What
it was
about-
It was
slightly
okay.
worse than it was about the same as Nightmare Alley. Like I was entertained through it, but I was like, this is a weird movie. A lot of stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of star power, a lot of weird looking shots, kind of all over the place. But I was entertained, so whatever.
What about King Richard? The Will Smith movie?
It's supposed to be good, but it's $20 right now.
Oh, right.
So the
Darn
only
it,
one-
so-
$20.
$20, and so is Belfast is $20. Drive My Car and Licorice Pizza are not available yet, and
Oh,
West Side Story is both not available, and I do not want to watch that movie.
that's fine.
Yeah, no, I can't watch another West Side Story ever again.
So I don't know what we're gonna watch next week.
Aliens. Wait, no, 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 no.
Aliens. We could go another horror movie.
What about the other one that's nominated for best foreign film? I don't know if we can watch it. It was from the small little Himalayan country.
Oh, that one that you were
Oh.
talking about yesterday.
Yeah. International. So we have Drive My Car from Japan and we have Flee from Denmark, which I've not heard of. I haven't heard Flee from Denmark, which sounds, I don't know.
The Hand of God is available and free.
Well, that one looked good.
The Worst Person in the World, that's supposed to be good too.
And then the Lunana, which is a yak in the classroom, which is from Bhutan, which is this little tiny Himalayan country. And it's the first film, I think that it's certainly the first film they've had nominated for this. I don't know if it's the first film they've presented or offered. We should see if that one's available and look into it.
Checking
It
right
looked
now.
interesting. Like a city person goes to live with these people in the Himalayas, and it's like this backwoods country.
It's
Or he
rentable
teaches-
on
he's teaching
Spectrum.
them.
I don't know what that means.
So like the cable
The
company?
cable.
I guess.
If it's only on Spectrum, that's not a good sign.
Well, we'll find something. If nothing else, let's do the Hand of God. Let's watch some more of these foreign
Yes.
nominations because they've been
Hand of
really
God,
I'm
interesting.
down with that.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
about
down
Flea.
with that.
I'd like to. What is Flea?
Flea.
With 2 E's, not about the little bugs.
Or the bassist.
Oh,
It's
not
about
like
running
the
away.
bassist.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. It's a Chili Peppers
Wait, is it a-
documentary.
Is it a cartoon?
Oh, well, then it would be animated feature, wouldn't it? It is an animated
It's a documentary animated.
telling the true
Whoa.
story about a man's need to confront his past in order to truly have a future.
This one is also only on Spectrum. What the fuck?
What the hell? Are you sure?
I mean, this is I go to
seems weird.
justwatch.com, which is usually pretty
Oh,
good.
Wow. What's it called?
Flea?
Yep.
Lee?
Lee?
L-E-E? It's on
I'd
Hulu.
lo-
It's on Hulu?
yeah, maybe. some of
Oh,
these
wait a
others
minute.
are-
Sorry, it pushed me to the Spectrum website. So
That's why.
I am an idiot.
Yeah.
Derp, derp. So
This
let's
is
look up the other one again.
Spectrum.
What was the other one?
Our charter. What's that? That's
Charter.
yeah.
So what are we going to do?
Plug
Flea
something
or
in.
The Hand of God?
What about the worst person in the world?
That was the
on
one that was on.
Netflix.
What?
The Hand of God is
Yeah,
on Netflix.
that one's on Netflix.
So,
The worst
Okay.
person in the world is the one that's only on Spectrum. And when I clicked on it, it kicked me to Spectrum. And then I did the search
yeah,
for
I see, I
Spectrum.
got you. Now
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
back to where we were. Okay.
The Hand
This
of
is a
God
modern-
is profoundly affecting.
Nice. Could use a
Yeah,
good cry.
I'd be interested in it. It looked good.
Let's do
It's
it.
also in theaters
we
right
need
now,
to see
huh?
more good Italian films.
Need to
Okay.
see a good Italian film.
Well,
Hey,
we like crap. We like
There you
we've
go,
liked-
Denny.
we've liked one. We've liked at least one.
Take your time, John. What was it?
What was
I
it
don't
called?
remember.
Oh, that's right. You don't remember.
Maybe I'm confusing them with
Nobody
French ones.
knows. It's
Darn it! Yeah, not
I'm looking
an
up.
8.5.
I'm looking up best Italian movies, and we have The Bicycle Thieves, not good.
Right,
8.5,
right.
not good.
No.
Cinema Paradiso, not good.
Right. Do we can
Right.
count the spaghetti westerns, the good, the bad, and the ugly? We haven't
Those
seen
don't
that one
count.
yet.
Those were Spanish productions, weren't they?
Knights of Cariberia.
Cabiria.
Knights of Kiberia.
Eh.
That one was okay. No, the Battle of Algiers. That's
Great
Italian.
movie.
Great movie. There you go. See.
That was an Italian movie? I guess it was.
This is the IMDb list about the best Italian movies, and maybe they're wrong. So there's if the Battle of Algiers is truly Italian, then there we go. Good movie, right?
Nice. You found
We're all
out.
done.
Good job.
That's right.
Wait.
Let's
So yeah,
find
this is
another
gonna be.
one.
This is gonna be. You want to find another one? Here we go. We got to fill out the hour, guys. What else
what
can
are
you
we?
Google,
So what
John?
are we watching?
The Hand of God
Okay.
Yeah.
on Netflix for free.
Nice.
Did you
All
put
right.
the other one in the top 250?
This one?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe I know.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will shave off one of my eyebrows if this movie wins best cinematography.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you've heard that.
I don't
now,
think you're going to
folks.
do that.
I don't want
wanna
to do it.
that.
I'm so certain that this
let's
isn't going to win
figure
best
wait, wait.
cinematography.
This is important.
Yeah. It's going to
Only
fucking
one.
win. You watch.
Only one.
Just because you. Yeah, only
Hey,
one,
you
right?
can't shave off both because then, it's still as bad as that will look. It won't be nearly as bizarre if you just shave off the one.
Yes.
Right. So what are you going to tell? Are you going to tell? I guess you just tell people that's why you did it.
I mean, Dune
You
or
lost.
Power of the
Yeah,
Dog
right.
is
And
going to
everyone
win.
else will go, oh, wow, I can see why you'd make that bet. Yeah.
I'll do it. That's the bet.
All right. He's gonna
recorded.
do it, folks.
That's how certain I am.
We'll put
it
a
has no
picture
chance.
of it up on the interwebs.
That's
no,
right.
No. Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm going to have to go to
All
work
right.
with it if I have to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I know,
Zoom
right?
meeting.
Like,
Hi, guys.
Right.
Hey, guys.
Here's our architect.
No, you're gonna
Something funny about that guy.
you're gonna put the laptop on one side, shooting one way, so they can't see.
Yeah, that's what
That's
you'll do.
right.
Yeah, we're at eye patch.
I'll put the
Yeah.
microphone like this.
Yeah, right
Can't
in the way.
ever see me.
Right in the
For
way.
how long does it take eyebrow to grow back? Like 3 months or
Oh,
something like
gotta
that.
be a good month
Takes
or
a
two.
while.
Yeah.
Takes a while. John knows. Yeah.
I
Trust
had a
me.
burn accident when I was like in my early teens. So I just knocked all my hair
Oh,
off.
so it takes a while.
It does.
You setting off
right.
explosives?
Yep.
You heard it here first.
So one eyebrow Denny.
Nice.
And not the unit, not
Don't-
unibrow.
don't
one
bank on
eyebrow.
Don't bank on it. It's not going to happen.
Okay, well, if it does,
You can always hope, John.
yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't win. If it does win, we have a real
It
problem.
can't win. It cannot win.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
impossible for it to.
It is so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, boys.
All right. That was a short one, huh? No
Yeah,
trivia.
Yeah.
That's okay. I got to go eat dinner and stuff.
Good for you.
I did a good job today, guys. I fixed a garbage disposal.
We're like trying to kill time.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
actually
do
talking about
that.
personal things.
Yeah, I
fixed
fixed
the
Would you get out
garbage
the
disposal.
wrench and the...
Well, you had the big wrench, the
I
brick,
fixed
like
it.
the Allen wrench for
jack,
giants.
yeah.
And
I had to actually buy a new one from
Yeah.
Amazon because none of the ones they make those things bigger than any Allen wrench in an Allen wrench set, just so you have to freaking
sure.
buy.
oh yeah,
The
it has
garbage
the big
disposal.
handle on
What
it
a
too.
pain in the ass that is.
You've got every tool in the world, and then you have
Garbage
this
disposal
one
Allen wrench.
the
Yeah.
garbage disposal Allen wrench.
And I
It
don't know
has
where,
one
like,
purpose.
the person who bought, they come with the garbage disposals, and I looked everywhere.
do.
This is a rental we live in, and they don't, like, you would think you would just keep that Allen wrench,
Under the sink.
under the
It
sink
goes
next
under
to the
the
fucking,
sink.
yeah. So that's
Yes,
where I just
that's
put
where
the
you
new
want
one.
it.
But
Right.
it's not there,
because
so I
you
don't
might
know
use
where
it for other things. Maybe you'll use it for your bicycle. Who knows? Right, because you put it in the garage.
What the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
you stick
That
it in
would
your
piss me off,
VCR,
too.
see what happens. I
That's
don't know.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
surprised
know.
they don't build it into the machine, like the actual thing, like where you...
Or
like,
just have a
you
little holster on the side, a little hook.
Right.
You hang it on there
Oh
when you're
yeah,
done.
that would do. That would
Anything.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want to keep the plumbing
Or why not just have a big
industry
knob
alive,
down there? Why
you
do you
know?
have to have an Allen wrench? Why don't you just have a big old like turnkey thing? You know, it needs to be tight in there.
Any
You just
other
tighten it
already
there.
existing tool.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because they want you to
I don't know.
spend, it costs $12 from Ace Hardware.
That's right.
So they make
Yeah,
money
they
on
want you to
that.
look at it and be like, I don't know if that's metric or imperial. I don't give a shit. I'm calling the
can
plumber.
I tried to look it up. I was
Mafia.
like, what is the size of this garbage disposal thing? And they're like, get a garbage disposal Allen wrench. I'm like, come on.
Ah, you don't even give me the size. That's how
Yeah.
tight
You
up
got to
it
buy
is. That's
the
great.
garbage disposal Allen
It's
wrench.
its own
That's right.
subject. It's its own thing. and
It's
you
outside of
can't do
metric
it.
and imperial.
Yeah.
It's its own
Yeah.
fucking
When you
thing.
go to Home Depot, you just ask them. You say, I need a garbage disposal
They're gonna
thing.
say
and
aisle
they know.
12, right in the middle.
You don't even have to use the word Allen wrench. You just say thing, and
Yeah,
they'll give you the
just
thing.
say, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a garbage
Yeah, I don't know
disposal problem, and they go, I got
you
you,
didn't twist
bro.
the thing with the thing. We got the thing. You twist
Yeah.
the
What,
thing.
how do
with
you
for
use
the
it?
thing.
You stick it in the
Yeah.
hole and you shake it until it works.
And when the guy asks you, did you check under the sink for the thing? You say, it's not there. And I came here. And then they say, okay. And they give it to you.
No.
Yep.
And then
That's
you
about the
say,
extent of it right there.
See, John, that turned into a
right.
good little story.
That was fine.
Yeah, on that
Yeah.
note.
A
little
On
slice
that
of
note.
life there.
Yeah. That's a little treat for you guys in a short episode. All right.
All right. See you later, boys.
Talk to you guys next week.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.